All right, everybody, what's up? We're looking at what's left of a Jeep Liberty. What year is this thing? Don't even remember right now. I'm so tired. Give me a second to tell you. This thing is a 2014 Jeep Patriot, not Liberty. Sorry. Okay, so we got the bumper up there. It got smashed up. It was smashed up, the light and everything. The bumper on this side ended up having to take the whole entire fender off too. So that's what you see here, no fender. Had to strip it all down. The guy had a blowout on the highway from driving on Firestones. I tell everybody, do not get Firestone tires. They are notorious for exploding on you. And then he's driving them on nothing. Slick all the way across. This one was on the passenger side. You do not want to see what the driver's side one was. It was all messed up, and it took the fender liner, it took everything out. It took that harness out. That's the main reason why it's here. So that harness goes to the back of the fuse box. And a lot of this was pulled out. I had to plug a lot of this back in and inspect all these wires. It's very tedious. This fuse box sits right in here. So I had to get in here and inspect everything and re-plug all this back in and see what's good and what's not good. You have wires even, see that are ripped out. So now you got to see where this got pulled out from and put it back in the right place and look for any more that got pulled out of the plugs. So I got to work on that. Then obviously, let me squat down here. Obviously, I went through this and snipped all the tips already to see how much of it is usable, because, you know, sometimes like this wire might have been this long, but it was kinked somewhere in between here, so I had to take it back that far. So some of them you have to take back further than others, as you can see. These were longer, those are shorter. Quite tedious task. And then we have the same with this harness, and goes into the car. And I did the same thing over here, excuse me, and snipped all the tips. Now I need to strip and reconnect. I want to solder this, but it's going to take time, a lot of time. So I'm going to go to the junkyard and see if I could find another one of these harnesses. The reason why I want to replace the whole harness is because if you look here, this should go in here. This rubber should go in there, right? So once you pull this, obviously got pulled, and when it got pulled this way, it cut a bunch of those wires. I had to go see which ones were cut and snip the tips on all that. I had to strip all the protector off of this and get in here and see. Now these are not really a big deal. It's getting up into all these, and if you got to get in here and really inspect all these one by one, because there could be damage here that's like hiding. Like here we go, perfect example. You see that? So that wire didn't break, but it was compromised. And you don't see it, but it's compromised. And then look at this. See what I'm saying? So you got to be real careful when you're looking at all this. It's just, it's a lot of. And then you got to get in here and strip these and connect them to these. And the question is, do they even reach? Do they even reach? You know what I'm saying? Like, easier said than done. And where does that go? It goes into there and into the back. So that means you got to take this seat out, that carpet out. I'll pop all this cover off, and I'll get behind there, and I'm gonna probably pop this whole cover off, to where I can see that harness where it comes in and see where it connects to the back of the dash there. Now, if that's not enough, I might have to go deeper into taking the actual steering wheel out, taking more of the dash out. But when this got pulled, this way, clank, like that, keep in mind this should be there. So if this got pulled out this freaking far and pulled hard enough to where it cut through all that, and keep in mind that that was wrapped with this. The way you see this protected and wrapped like that, this was wrapped with the same insulator protecting it, and it cut right through the insulator, straight through all these wires. So this got yanked hard this way. So in the process of that getting yanked, what got disconnected in there? If this much was pulled out from there to there, what's disconnected in there? So I could reconnect all this here, and I could reconnect all this here, right? And still have issues with this car, because this going into the back of all the different things it's connected to back there got pulled out. So the best thing to do is just to get the whole entire harness. But this harness plugs into all kind of stuff. It goes to these relays that you have here that are exposed, and then it goes to the fuse box. So yeah, you got quite a bit. You got these relays, you got the plugs for the harness. All this is exposed if you don't put a bumper and a liner back on it. This wire harness is supposed to run up here, tucked up in here. And this is supposed to seal in there like I told you, so no water or anything gets in there. And it has to all be sealed, because you can't just be driving around having the tires splatter water and everything on it. And the liner that goes here connects to the front bumper. So, like you see the liner over here. This is the liner, and see where it connects to the bumper. So this is the liner that we're missing on that side. See, it protects all this. It would have been better if this one would have exploded, because there's no wiring really behind this one. All the wiring's on the other side. But yeah, if you drove with no bumper, this liner would just be loose. That liner, what it attaches to, is the bumper. So you got to get the bumper. And that bumper is missing the whole section for this side of the tire. Took it out. Anyways, it's late. I am tired. I got a lot I got to do here. As you can see, engine looks rough too. I'm going to go get some sleep. I took enough apart for tonight. Tomorrow, I'm going to get into the dash area and take all that apart and try to disconnect this harness completely to where it can completely come out, and then work on disconnecting. Then I'm going to go to the junkyard and try to find another harness. Then with the harness completely out, I can really repair it correctly. Trying to repair it right here is not the best. So anyways, whew, peace out. Good night. Tired. Deuces.